Namaha, namaste. So welcome to your 5 minutes of self-care. Last week we spoke about manipulation. Now, have you maybe noticed when you tried to manipulate last week? And you don't even do it intentionally, you just do it unconsciously. Now, someone is just walking next to the bungalow. That's why Ninja is barking, sorry about that. Now, I'd like to offer you a further insight to manipulation. Most of the people who manipulate are actually very hurt and traumatized. That's the reason why they are doing it, because they're acting out of fear. Now, this is not necessarily an excuse to condone it or to allow it to happen, especially when it will harm you and your life drastically. Now, I give you an example. For instance, I'm giving you true life examples from my own experience and life. And I'm saying this not to seek any sympathy or see myself as the victim, not at all. Because you can see also from my own composure that I'm able to actually speak about this easily because I have already dealt with that trauma. Now, when manipulation harms you, and there are various cases where actually manipulation emotionally, physically, and mentally harm you, it's time to find a strategy to exit or to pull yourself out of that toxic environment. And these toxic environments, they can be anywhere. They can be in your marriage, in your private relationships, partnerships, as well as professional relationships and professional situations, as well as also even in a spiritual environment. That can happen anywhere. And when you find yourself, okay, I'm just waking up to this, what do I do? If you cannot pull yourself out of this equation that easily, you need to find a strategy. I'll give you an example. When I was 28, this is almost 20 years ago, I moved to Dubai. At that time and space, you were not allowed to live with a man together if you were not married. And I was madly in love with someone there, and we were living together. Now, this person had carried also his own burdens, and there were definitely narcissistic tendencies and addictions in there. And I tried to save him or control the situation, which I was not able to control, to my own mental, physical, and emotional detriment. So, to such an extent that I found myself lying on the floor, where I just got smacked on the floor while my appendix was breaking. So I had appendicitis. And he did not want to believe it because he thought that I just tried to get attention. Now, when I found myself on that floor and I was in so excruciating pain, I thought, okay, that's it. Do you need more, Geraldine? No, I don't think so. So I got into the taxi. He was also there. Then he realized, oh, this is serious. And I said, yes, it is serious. And I said to him, when I wake up from this operation, I do not wish to ever see you again. And I meant that also that serious. We women already exit. This is a really good lesson now for you men to hear. We already exit way longer before. This was not the first time that he became physically abusive. This was the second time. That was one time, 2 times too many. And we already then know, once we have made a decision, we know we exit. So, of course, it took me a while to exit because in that situation, I was financially also depending on him. And there was obviously still feelings and emotions involved because I did love this man a lot. But I loved myself more. So I managed then to walk out. But my mistake, what I did at that time, was I tried to find a savior. And I got into a new relationship directly again, which was a really, at that time and space, was the only way how I saw myself to find a solution. But in hindsight, I could have maybe shortened some of my life lessons if I would have just stayed alone and healed my trauma. Because you will continuously attract the same kind of relationships. This can be either. Now, after that, I attracted a parent-in-law who was like this. After that, I attracted a boss who was like that at the same time. And then I attracted, after that, another relationship and then another boss. And it continued until I literally really broke the cycle last year. Can you imagine? 20 years I've been dragging this on. And when you become aware of that you are manipulated. Many times I was very aware that this person tried to manipulate me. Is it wise to confront it or not? This really depends on the situation. Because choose your battles wisely. Especially when they're physically abusive, sexually abusive. It is a very, very, very difficult situation to be in. And I always say to myself, create your exit strategy. And yeah, there somehow comes also from my side the manipulation where I say the art of war. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. And I don't say to you this is right or wrong, but I'm just saying to you that find an exit strategy. And with all these years, I can tell you that I was blessed many times. I was not lucky. I actually had so much faith and trust in something higher than myself, in the divine, in God, in spirits, whatever you want to call it. And within the philosophy of yoga, we call this Ishvara Pranidhana, trusting in something higher than yourself. And that helped me many times. But I really said to myself, when I was on the floor at that time with that pain, I said to myself, I need help. Can you please help me? I need help. And we sometimes need to ask for help. Honestly, ask. Manifestation takes place instantaneously these days, especially this year. Meaning, if you find yourself in a really dire situation, in a dangerous situation, ask for help. And I can tell you there will always be help coming in some form. And it is sometimes, it's not sometimes, it is very often unfair what people have to go through. If there's especially any kind of abuse. It's easy for me to say that it makes you stronger and more resilient, but hey, many times I also sat on the floor where I thought, wow, what just happened there? So I'm not saying to you this is getting easier. The more you are awake, the more you are conscious and you see through people's BS, it's not getting easier necessarily. It just requires you to set your boundaries even more and to choose your battles wisely and to understand what is your exit strategy. This happens in any kind of environment. I'm not saying to you this is just professional, in love relationships. This happens even in spiritual communities, especially there where people seek saviors, masters, gurus, whatever, to save them. And what is again important is discernment. What works for me personally? Is this really something that helps me in my stage of my life? Does this empower me? Does this give me freedom? Does this empower me to really step fully into my own authenticity without being dependent and attached on something or someone, a system or a person? Does this help me to step into my power of co-creating my life, knowing that I'm deserving of abundance, prosperity, and anything that I want in my life? And that this is not bad, because many times in the spiritual community, they will tell you, yeah, but money is not, well, no, money is a form of energy. We still need to work or live in the 3D. We cannot be in the 5D. And hey, I'm rocking the boat now here, but I'm very happy that I have these teachers in my life, like Maria Movisi. We all have gone through in the spiritual community through certain moments where we thought, wow, what just happened there? There was definitely no integrity, there was no alignment. That happens. And the most important thing we say to ourselves, the discernment, the Guruji, the master is within you. Look inside. Work within you. Heal that traumata, that you can stop a specific karmic cycle, that you can, from within to without, that you can co-create your external life. So I hope this makes sense. When you find yourself in a situation that is really challenging, ask for help. Yeah. Ask for help. And be smart when to exit. And especially when you are in a love relationship, and you love this person, ask yourself, what do you love about this person? What does this person give me? Does this person really see me, support me, or does this person undermine me, cut me off, push me down, keep me in the box? Because that's not love. Love is when someone empowers you. Love is freedom. It's unconditional love. And that unconditional love and that freedom starts within. With all these years now, 20 years after, I can tell you that I make it my mission to love myself every single day a little bit more. And I'm sharing this with you because if I would have not walked the path, or I continue trying to walk the path, walk my talk, then I would not be the person that would be sitting in front of you now. And all of us can do that. All of us can walk their path. All of us can stay in integrity. It requires healing. And there are great practitioners out there. And you're going to see my self-care course going to be launched on the 15th of June on Yachting International Radio and on my own website, www.geraldinehardy.com. And there are tools where you can start taking care of yourself and to start healing. And all of us have to go through it. There are no exception, and no one is fully healed, and no one is superior than the other person. We can all be superhuman. We can all enhance our gifts. We all can step into our intuition. We all can create and co-create our lives. We all can be in abundance. But be very mindful. You can manifest also negativity, so really control this mind. The belief patterns, the thought patterns, and the only tool there is moving meditation and breathing. It it is really underestimated, and many people go now through longevity technology. Let's just get an infusion, let's just enhance our vibration frequency artificially. Instead of listening to good music, start to laugh, hang around with good people, have great conversations instead of gossiping about other people. And there's so many tools that do not cost us anything to take care of ourselves. You don't need to be a millionaire to be able to take care of yourself. You can do this also very cost effective. Believe me, because many times in my life I did not have the means. So when I share you these insights or these stories, they're meant to just uplift you, because they're supposed to, give you an idea, hey, there are always solutions and we always have a choice. Namaha, namaste.